Welcome to Manny's TV Talk, where we will talk about all of our favorite reality TV shows and news surrounding them. Grab a snack, a drink, and get comfortable because this starts now.
The idea that we should take a break from the show. I am definitely sad to leave, but I don't know how long it will take for me to find Tiffany.
Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be recapping the new episode of Love and Marriage Huntsville. That's season 6, episode 26. The first scene is this sit down that Stormi set up to get Kiki and Tiffany to talk things out. Now, Tiffany strolled right on in with her baby. Now, she knew exactly what she was doing by that. I mean, you bring a baby so they won't fight you. But Keke had been waiting for this moment. Stormi is the mediator and telling them why she wanted this meeting. They talk about mainly the Carlos King interview because Tiffany shaded Keke quite a bit. Was most of the things she said true? Yeah, they were, but they were pretty shady and Keke was bothered by that. One of the main things that bothered Keke was when Tiffany said in the interview that she felt like Keke was coming for her. So Keke asks, when have you felt that I've came for you? And Tiffany says, well, when you came at me when we were at the spa. And Keke says that she came at her because Tisha had informed her that Tiffany had been bashing her all this time. Now Tiffany says, no, I was not bashing you. Like, her mind process was, if Keke can drag Tisha, who's her cousin, why would I trust her? So that's where Keke says, do you have any idea of what Tisha has done to me? No, you have no idea. I was just not dragging her for no reason. Tiffany starts to play with the baby, so that definitely was diffusing the situation, and they're able to talk. Tiffany says that she doesn't think that she's better than Keke, even though some people have alluded to that. She actually has had family members who have dealt with substance abuse, so she would never come for her like that. And Tiffany is able to fully apologize and not have any excuses for her behavior. She says, I am shady a lot of the times, but I will stop. And Keke says, thank you. Like, let's get to know each other naturally, and then we'll be able to have an opinion of one another. And this went surprisingly well. Keke was calm, and so was Tiffany, so they were able to match each other in the same level. It was really nice, and Stormi was happy that it worked out. I know a lot of people come for Tiffany because she's messy, she inserts herself in business that's not hers, but I truly believe that she is a producer plant. I think that she is just there to cause drama, like to stir the pot. I feel like that's why they added her to the show. Maybe I'm overestimating her, but I don't think we have truly seen the real Tiffany on this show. I think she acts how she acts because of or for the program. Next up is Martel. He's in his new house that he's staying in. He's settling in. He has some sunglasses because he had eye surgery. Now, I thought he had some sort of LASIK surgery, but it was for his bangs, child. Which, I mean, if you can afford it, then good. But Chris Fletcher comes over. Chris shares what happened at the family dinner and how things went left with Lexi. He says Lexi has always been rude and disrespectful, and Martel says, yeah, there's a way that you should be able to get your point across without being disrespectful. So Chris says, speaking of which, you went to the house the other day to drop some wine off, right? And Martel says that he did, and he felt like Nell was the one that was disrespectful. He doesn't like that Nell brings up that he cheated on Melody. He thinks that at this point, her bringing it up is a form of disrespect. And Chris agrees that Nell, his wife, is extra and overdoes it, but he does have to let Martel know not to fight with his wife. He should come to him instead. Like I told you last episode, I don't think it's that serious. I think he's just trying to check him for the show. But as far as Melody, Chris says that they're still not taking any sides. They're friends with both of them. And Martel still thinks that her changing her name, her last name, is her trying to quote unquote destroy him. Oh, so please, someone let me know why Martel had these big ass holes on his socks. What is this? Next up, we finally see Tisha and Kimmi. We haven't seen them in a while. So it's just the two of them going over to some sort of spa where they're going to blow some steam up their private area. Now, here's the crazy part. Tisha thinks she might be pregnant. She had a pregnancy test because she said she'd been busy, that she'd been sick, that she's been gaining some weight. And I was just like, now, Tisha. Kimmi says, what are you talking about? Marsau got a vasectomy. She says, well, maybe it didn't take. but the test came out negative, obviously. Tisha just doing too much. So then they started with this yoni steam thing. Kimmi says that it would be a great idea for all the girls to be there, but Tisha says, yeah, I don't really know about that, because I don't want to hang out with them, because all they do is ask me about Keke. And Kimmi says, well, you gotta expect that to happen. I mean, she threw a whole drink at you. But Tisha says that she just feels like people like Mel, remember they were together when they did that workout thing, they just want to get extra details and just stir the pot even more. She says that so much stuff has been going on with her personally that she's talked to Marsau about maybe just going back to being a stay-at-home mom, because so much has happened and it all goes wrong. Like, right now, things are just going so wrong when it comes to the house that they're building, the business. Remember, some fake police reports were being made, the expo, all this negativity. And I agree, y'all. I feel bad for her. She gets an unbelievable amount of hate on social media for no real reason. She ain't never done anything to get her this amount of hate that she gets. Now, some people want to bully her because she stays with Marsau and this and that, but for them to be coming at her, oh, she'll never be Melody, like, that's too much. Tisha, just let her live her life. Like, damn. Moving along, Chris Fletcher Jr. goes to see Chris, his dad's office. They haven't seen each other since the family dinner. Speaking of the dinner, he says that a lot of BS was brought up in the dinner. The issue about the dogs and him going to jail, it's all still very fresh. Chris Jr. hasn't spoken to his mom since that dinner. And Chris says, like, he asks, don't you think that's an issue? And they sort of have a little bit more of a deep conversation as they go along. And my heart broke for him, because this young man, I'm pretty sure he's only probably a few years older than me, but he feels like his siblings, his own parents, aren't there for him. Just by the way he was speaking, you can tell that he has no emotional support system, no one who's there to love and protect him. I feel so bad because they alluded to him maybe having some sort of depression, and it angers me that Chris and Nell could have allowed this to happen. Like, I know they didn't do it on purpose, but they have to realize and acknowledge that they failed as parents in some way, because look at the kids, look how they turned out. I do think this conversation was sort of a breakthrough, because Chris did get emotional and said he will be there for Junior going forward, and he doesn't want him to think that he won't. And they're going to also go see a counselor, so maybe this show will allow them to work on everything that's wrong with them, and I hope that's one of the things they're going to be able to solve and heal. So I'm looking forward to that. So then moving to another emotional scene, the last scene of the episode. So Tiffany is at home with the baby and Big Lou. She first tells him about the sit down with Keke. She saw a different side of her. It all went well. Good. But they talk about Tiffany and what she's going through. She is feeling weird. They have the baby, but I don't think Tiffany truly understood how things were going to change when she had the baby, like as far as how she was going to juggle things with the business, her working, being at home, being a wife, being a mom, and everything. And she's been trying to deny it, but she might have postpartum depression. It's hard. She has a lot to do. And you guys, this was the interesting part. They completely broke the fourth wall. They talked about the show, having to film late at night, how they want them to bring drama. And when they were saying they want us to constantly bring drama, I'm pretty sure she's referring to the producers. But when they do bring that drama, they say that they have these people asking for them to be fired. And that's too much to be going through all this hate. Now imagine having all this negativity, all this hate, and having a baby on top of that. So Lou says, well, we have to ask ourselves if we even want to do the show anymore, because the show is not worth us not being happy and not being stable. So in her confessional, Tiffany formally announces that they will be taking a break from the show. They will no longer be on it. And I really wasn't expecting it to happen like that. It was pretty sad, to be honest. I'm not even I don't really care for Tiffany like that, but for her to announce like the departure, and then I don't know, I think it was just the whole thing, the music, her conversation with Lo, the baby, it was just very emotional. But maybe that's the best thing for them, to gracefully leave the show. I think they really weren't doing themselves any favors by being on the show, because like I said earlier, I think they were just there to cause drama, because we never really even I guarantee a lot of people still don't even know what she does for a living. And she has a really important job. So it kind of puts in perspective how she really wasn't given a fair place on this show per se. I think she was just there for the producers to do whatever the hell they wanted to do with her. But that's it, you guys. The Whitlows are gone. A lot of people got their wishes. I wish them nothing but the best. I wish them the best with their baby, with their marriage, with their business. And I hope they're able to continue to be happy. But that was definitely a twist. I don't think we've ever seen anyone quit on the actual show. Not that I can think of. But you guys, in the comments, please let me know what you thought about this episode about Chris Fletcher and Chris Jr. But most importantly, about Tiffany and Lou leaving the show. Are you surprised that they announced it? Will you be missing them, or are you happy that they're gone? Regardless of how you feel, please let me know in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll catch y'all next time. You have a great one. Bye.